Been tuned into the streets session with your boy Firahs and
Joe MK.
Why is this the name of our show, bro?
Because we're the hottest in the streets.
Catch us online, on the go, and on the FM.
Okay, let's go.
Enjoy the vibes with us today, yeah? Love.
Oh, man. Even this tune right here, also produced by SSK, Best Friend by Marzi. Let's get it.
I just want your body on me, babe. I do not care what they are thinking now. Best friend, you are my best friend. Shawty, you're my level 2, shawty, you're my best friend. Best friend, Kelly, you're my level 2, shawty, you're my best friend. Kelly, you know I do everything for you, many things for you. Kelly, you know I do everything for you, many things for you. 5,000 guys for you. Do be there by yourself for you. Do get down on one leg out. Do it. Yeah. See, I'm a special type of breed. See, I'm a special type of breed, baby. Like it. When we're all alone, and when we all alone, girl, I like it. When we're all alone, girl. Your body on me, babe. I do not care what they are thinking now. Best friend, you are my best friend. Shawty, you're my number 2, shawty, you're my best friend. Best friend, Kelly, you're my number 2, shawty, you're my best friend. I just wanna take a second to shout out my baby girl. I just wanna take a second to shout out my baby girl.
Yes, that was Best Friend by Marzi, produced by our special guest today, SSK. Obviously, anyone that's just tuned into the station right now, WFN 90.4, and you don't know who's speaking right now, myself is Joe MK on the ones and twos and the mic. But let me give you a quick reminder of who we are.
Been tuned into the streets session with your boy Firahs and
Joe MK.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Been tuned into the streets session. Why is this the name of our show, bro?
Because we're the hottest in the streets. So yes. Is the time that I finally get to have the conversation with man like SSK. First and foremost, how you feeling, sir?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm good, you know. Good to be here.
Yeah. Obviously, the second time we reconnected after the I actually found out when we first met. It was the YouTube
So it was the YouTube thing.
Yeah.
I thought so.
You know how I found out? It was so I don't know if you remember my friend David. He was with me that day, and I must have posted the picture from No Limit Festival.
Okay.
And he was staying at my house over the weekend, and he was like, "Oh, you saw SSK today?" I was like, "Wait, where did you know him from?" He was like, "What? You don't remember he was at the YouTube event?" I was like, "Oh, that's where."
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Trying to put the dates together. Really. Like,
Yeah. But obviously, on the No Limit Festival day, it was your birthday. Obviously, it feels like I'm busting joke on that day every single week, but I'm not. I'm really trying to not, but. Obviously, what did you get up to on your birthday that day?
Oh, man, you're asking the right question. You're asking the right question,
yeah.
for the wrong reason. I'm getting hyped for the wrong reason, because Like, honestly,
Yeah,
I'm,
of
I'm
course,
a
yeah.
Leo, innit? So I'm
Yeah, yeah.
automatically gassed that you remember my birthday. Like, everybody
Oh,
should
yeah,
know
yeah.
my birthday.
Yeah.
Nah, but, you would have thought, like, I
Yeah.
would have got up, I would have got turned and all of that.
Yeah.
Imagine, after Low Limit, I remember it was cancelled, didn't it? So,
Yeah.
And I was so
Unfortunately,
hungry
yeah.
that day. Yeah, that was a shame.
Oh, so it was a munch and chill at home thing.
Bro,
Yeah?
no, it was that. I was next level hungry where I
Oh,
got
okay,
home.
yeah.
I grabbed some wings from.
Yeah.
I was gonna shout out the place, but they ain't buy it. They ain't sponsoring me. I grabbed some fire wings. though.
Okay.
I got home, I ate them, and the itis kicked in. I was in my bed on my birthday before 11 p.m.
Them
bro.
one- okay,
I
them
have to
one.
ask. I'm now the ruling bowl of this show right now. What kind of drinks was being drunk that day?
That day, bro, a lot of people were drinking a lot of kind of things. You know, I'm sure there was some Henny getting passed around, some Captains, some Casamigos maybe. But for me, I was on the Crystal Punch, the water.
The Crystal Hey!
I really thought that was a real drink.
Yeah. I was like, that's why I looked over. I was like, wait a second, what's the Crystal Punch, fam? What's this? I need to jump on this, you know.
I'm gonna have to make a water brand and call it Crystal
What,
Punch.
is water something that you prefer to drink, or are you not really a drinker?
I call it a detox now. I should say I stopped drinking, but I feel like once I make an M or something, I might just pop a bottle then or something like that.
So what, you're a wild boy from early then?
I was too wild. To the point where I could probably fly a plane and not be.
Whoa!
Like, you know those people that could fully function like bottles and bottles.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
you know, I was
okay.
just getting too.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
getting too reckless, and I was like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I gotta tighten up, man. I gotta pattern up. You know, so it was great. So I was able to just like get. You know,
Can I
bring in
ask
the
you
sober
why
people.
you decided to stop drinking?
People always ask too many questions, man. See, what happened was, obviously, you always got to go out with a bang, innit?
Yeah.
Unintentionally. So we had
So there's this particular story that happened anyway.
Just put it like this, man. It was a drinking game. It was a drinking competition, innit?
Okay.
And me, I'm half Guyanese, innit? My top 5 drinkers in the world, they go in this order. No, not in this order, but they're top 5.
Okay, alright.
Obviously, you got to put Irish in there.
Yep.
You got to I'll put Polish in there as well.
Yep.
Or Russian.
Yeah.
But then I'll say, Polish,
Yeah.
Irish. But then
Yeah.
you got Ugandans.
Oh, Ugandan right here. Shouts to
can
Firahs
drink.
and that.
I'm talking about my top 5 drinkers in the world, yeah? You got Irish, Polish, you got Ugandans,
Yeah.
you got Guyanese, I'm half Guyanese, and you got Zimbabweans.
Zimbabwe? No, yeah, I was
They can
home
drink,
of the
but-
Ray nephew. What?
Nah, but for real, if you're talking about people that can lick it back and it don't affect them.
Right.
He has a point though, because
This is news to me, you know.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
this funny fact.
Yeah.
Ugandans don't mix.
Oh.
Russians don't mix.
Oh.
Guyanese don't mix.
Oh.
The countries he's mentioned,
Yeah. they don't-
mixing
they don't
isn't
mix.
part of the equation.
No.
I mean, if you pull up to any of my family members' events,
Bro, I remember the one time that obviously I nearly died in that, you know.
yeah, I mean, but that wasn't a Ugandan thing. That was just you being weak.
I didn't see no mixing still though.
Yeah, but you're just weak, bro.
Oh, me or man like Rodney?
You.
Nah, don't try. anyways. Yeah, carry on with the story, my guy.
Man,
Yeah.
so like, I guess it was just playing my male ego got the better of me, man. There was PlayStation,
happens, I
there
can't lie.
was 2K competition, who's gonna win, take a shot, and then afterwards it
Yeah.
was just like
Yeah.
all kind of competitions
Uh-huh.
and double or nothing.
Oh,
But the problem was
mad,
I was in a house full of Zimbabweans.
So
and
you're the only countryman repping for your thing.
You know what I'm saying? But this is the deal. I went there unprepared, didn't it? Like,
Yeah.
so I hadn't done schoolboy errors. I didn't eat before. I was mixing.
Yeah, we
Babes,
know them ones.
It was
We know them ones,
the
man.
penalties all over again, man. Man knows a million times better to do this in practice, innit? But like, yeah, so I was just next minute I'm slumped out in the middle of Glasgow, and like, you know, they asked me what I was doing up there.
Oh, this was out of ends
It was
too.
a crazy story, innit? But I'm
Okay.
keeping it cool for the radio.
Of course,
innit? Yeah.
obviously.
But,
Still.
But yeah, it was at that moment that I knew. I was like, yo.
Well, more like the morning you woke up, the next one.
You know when you know this freeze frame like scratch.
Yeah.
But you wonder how I end up here. I was like, nah, let me slow down on the drink, Snake.
Okay, fair enough, man.
Yeah,
fair
so
enough.
I've
Fair
been
enough.
sober
Yeah.
since then. That was 2019.
Yeah. Well, with me, my detox doesn't start until September, innit? Obviously, my birthday, 30th of August. So until then, we still out here. But anyways, obviously, let's talk about music now because obviously now we've got our little jokes out of the way now. Obviously, we're gonna talk about "Enjoy Yourself," your most recent single. But before that, let's take it back. You know what I'm saying, like, you know them ones in them Netflix documentaries where they start off like in the middle of the story and then they just back to 1986 or something, whatever. I wanted to know, how did you get your start into music?
My start into music.
Mm.
Do you know what? Might sound cliche, but I came up in a very musical household.
Yeah.
A lot of music around me. My mum
Yep.
used to have a dance company, performing arts company, and that. So
Was she a dancer herself?
well, she could dance, but she was more like the coach in it. So she put it together. So yeah, but she could dance herself.
What type of
as well.
dance was that?
It was like street, but they used to do some dancing and that. I was in the mid '90s as well, so they had like
yeah.
they used to win competitions. That it's called Smile Shiloh Child Performing Arts Company in it. So
Shouts
that was,
to
you know
them,
what I'm saying. There's some people that are just like legends from that era anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, so growing up in that house, there was always mad CDs and tapes lying around, innit? You know, some of them had instrumentals, and I would just like throw the instrumentals on and just like think I was rapping. You know what I'm saying? And then and my dad used to roll with a sound system, innit? Like they started
he was a sound system man.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was with Sax and them and down in New Cross and all of that from early days. So like he used to DJ as well.
Yeah.
So I remember like I used to roll radio with him when I was a kid and
Mad
just not know what
vinyls
these
and that, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
What, did he have to carry any of the boxes or?
Nah, he weren't a box.
He allowed you.
I weren't a box boy either. Nah, man, I was rolling. I used to. All I remember is just getting to like radios a couple times, just sitting in a chair and playing with the fader knobs, like.
Okay, yeah.
But for me though, personally, I just went into it. Like I was into basketball my whole life, innit?
Okay.
So randomly, I was like, when I got to school, when I finished secondary, it was either I'm gonna try to take up basketball full time, or I'm gonna go into music, innit?
Okay.
And long story short, I used to rap and sing and all of that, so I needed beats to rap to and whatnot.
Of course, yeah.
I didn't have internet in my house, so I had I had a boy called Tyrone.
Yeah.
And everybody's got a Tyrone, man. He's the plug. So back then he would like get me bare instrumentals off LimeWire and all of that. What he did one day, he gave me this software called Fruity Loops. Obviously,
of course, that's where anyone on a Windows, starts off with Fruity Loops. I can't lie.
That's what I'm saying.
That's how the story goes, man.
So obviously it's FL Studio now, but so I didn't have internet at home them days. So I'd just be bored in my house. I'm like, let me throw on Fruity Loops.
Okay.
Make these little beats. So I'd play little melodies, record them onto the tape recorder. And
so bare preset sounds and that.
Can I ask one question though? You see how you ended up on Fruity Loops?
Yeah.
What made you, because obviously you said you're a rapper, you were singing before, what made you sit there and say, okay, cool, I want to make beats, like rather than actually producing the lyrics and the art? Obviously the beat is the main art, but what made you go down the producing route?
So in the terms of trying it out, I remember I would play keys as well. That was another thing I did. So when I was lacking music in school, I could always hear the little melodies and just replay them. So I'd replay them little Ghetto Coyote, them grime instrumentals and all of that. All the little Swiss beats things. And then one day I just said, like, yo, I want to remix these into a beat. So this is how I used to do it. I used to have 2 tape recorders. And I used to record the melody.
School. Oh my God.
I used to play a melody into one tape recorder with my keyboard. And then I'd play that, kick that tape back. While the other tape recorders recorded and play a next melody and then bounce back and forth until a beat layered up in it. And then my music teacher ended up giving me some software called Cakewalk, which is kind of like Cubase. And then Tyrone gave me FL. So I was just making beats out of a hobby. And then after that though, I went mainly just into being an artist, innit?
Yeah.
But I only went back into being a producer full time, say 2015.
Okay.
So around that, before then, I would only make beats for myself. Like people would be asking me for beats. I'm like, yeah, we'll link, man. Yeah.
Do you still have you still kept all of those beats from early on a hard drive anywhere?
Oh man, you just hurt a nerve, man. Do you know what?
Yeah.
So basically, I had, you got that mothership hard drive. All the other hard drives
I know them ones. Yep.
My mothership wiped earlier this year, and it had.
It was recent as well.
Bro, I
my
had
days.
2 music videos shot, ready to load out, and on there as well. I was getting ready to send them to edit.
Yeah.
And then it got corrupted. Took it to the specialist. They was like, "No, it's gone, man." What?
No, I could never imagine that, you know.
Yeah, so hopefully I could
imagine
probably try dig and probably find a CD or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
But
From
you know I'm saying?
what you know, it's gone. It's gone.
It might be on one of those old hard drives, but I'd have to dig through like 20 of them. Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to ask another question before Joe goes.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned before that you had a music teacher.
Yeah.
Now, you hear a lot of times, especially within this industry, that you don't actually need a teacher. You need to just learn it yourself, be practical. There's YouTube. There's other ways of learning how to either produce, write lyrics, or make music. For somebody like you, what kind of influence did your music teacher have when it comes to your music?
Music. You know what? Music in school is funny, you know, because it's like that film. Was it Slumdog Millionaire, where he just goes through mad things that you think is irrelevant at the time, and like, you know, years later. But years later, in retrospect, I like that they saw that I had a passion in it. This was GCSE music. It wasn't even no tutor or nothing like that. It's GCSE music, but they saw I had a passion, and then they didn't have to slide me the software on the side.
Trust me.
But they was like, yo, if you want to keep messing around with this, here's some software, and it's some, you know. So I took that home again. I actually used it because I had no internet distracting me at the time.
Course,
So like, I actually was making these little beats, and then eventually I got to the limit. I was like, nah, I need more. So because of that, is how I even got to apply to go to do music in college. Lewisham College, and then when I got to Lewisham College, because it was a music course, they really like nurtured man. You could do this. That's what I'm saying. I'd more say it was just the moral support. It makes it different, innit? Just someone saying to you know, like a 16-year-old at the time, like, you know, no, you could do this. Keep pushing. So when I work with like young people now, I'm like, I don't want to be that over. You got this, son. Like the football dad, but like, yo, I'm like, yo, you could, keep it up. Because I know how far that goes, innit?
How important it is just a little thing.
So would you say then to younger kids who may be like not fully focused within the music school or understanding what a teacher can do for you, would you then say that it's important to understand or listen to what a teacher is trying to say? Because I feel like it's specifically, from my understanding, a lot of teachers aren't necessarily for our culture. So when we're talking dance hall, rap, hip hop, it's not really taught in schools in the same way a pop or jazz or classical is taught, right? So for somebody like you who really took on what the teachers were saying, what would you say to other kids who may feel like these teachers don't understand their culture?
See, I get that part as well. I get the part of like, I remember even again GCSE music. Everyone was doing. You had to do an assignment. It was like classical music or something. I really went to the teacher one and was like, yo, do I have to do classical? She's like, you can do this thing called club dance remix. I was like, yo, whatever that is, I'm gonna do it. So then club dance remix just is what we call now house. But back then it was like club that, you know, we weren't listening to that. We did, but we didn't. If that makes sense.
More in the form of like,
you know what I'm saying?
the others,
passively. But now I love them old house songs from back then. But at the time I weren't trying to hear that. I was trying to hear 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? It's mad how time works. So at the time I was like, I'll do the club dance. I did the little 4 on the 4 type beat, and I put a bit of the classical thing in there. And so it's like a remix. So that kind of went into my style with my later beats. Where I would just take like melodies from other songs and put them in an Afro swing beat. It's similar kind of thing. But to answer your question though, I would just say ride it out and just try to communicate with the teacher. Say, yo, this is where I would feel comfortable doing something. Is there any way I can implement this into what we got going on in it? And I would say for teachers, try and read the room as a child is always going to learn if they're passionate in something. You know, if they're feeling, if they could relate to it, if they're passionate with it, you know, try and figure out how to work that into your curriculum. So it is, otherwise a lot of people, again, it is easier to just learn on YouTube because you go directly, YouTube University, you go directly into your niche, innit?
of course.
But what I like about going out on my comfort zone, club dance, remix, and when I went uni, there was a module. I didn't like music theory.
You continued music in uni. You're classically trained to the max.
I wouldn't even say classic shit. I just went all in, fam. Like, yo, you know them shotters that's like, I don't know nothing else. Like, yo, I literally don't know nothing else. It's music. I literally went all in on this thing, innit? So it's like, so but they had a module called jazz studies, innit?
Okay.
And a similar thing as well. I was like, I was like, bro, jazz. I didn't like theory. No, but this is it. I didn't like theory. But then I said, alright, let me try this jazz studies thing. They said you gotta do theory, and I'm like, but the teacher was so calm, like cool. The tutor, she was a cool, like, what's the place with the coolest people? New Zealand.
Oh yeah.
They're all chill. She was a cool New Zealand lady, man, and she was like, she loved all that old jazz. Miles put me onto Miles Davis, all them people did.
Okay.
And a man learned music theory just because she was so cool with the teaching, and I actually got to she broke it down in a certain way. I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? And then again, all that swing and that is how I went into Afro swing, because all that stuff I learned in the jazz studies, and listening to stuff out of my comfort zone. So I would say, like, ride it out and try to learn something new, but then just try, communicate where what your comfort zone is as well at the same time.
It's funny because now that you've painted that picture, I now understand the beats that you've made for both yourself and for other artists. Because it's like the one thing you said about taking melodies from somewhere else and then putting your own twist to them. I've heard that. And then also when it comes to it's gone out my head now. It's gone out my head. But yeah. Swing, with the jazz sort of Afro swing as well. Thanks for reminding me. I'd be forgetting things. Obviously, today's my first time actually conducting the interview.
Doing amazing.
Listen, drop a bomb for yourself, bro. Drop a bomb.
But yeah, like I said, I definitely hear that in the music. So then I think the next question is, when it comes to a lot of the melodies that you
Been tuned into the Streets Session with your boy Firahs and
Joe MK.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Follow me now.
that you make, do you ever use samples, or is everything just you playing it?
So it started with a lot of samples because of FL Studio.
Okay, yep.
And the whole replaying stuff as well. So 50-50, I would hear something. And like replay it.
Replaying, yep.
Or I would just chop a sample up directly.
Okay, yeah.
But the Afro swing stuff, I kind of started replaying it more just because I could change the groove around a bit more
for sure,
to match the beat.
Yeah.
But like, I create my own melodies as well, man. It's like I go through different phases, man. Recently, I've been creating a lot of melodies, and now I'm feeling to get back into sampling again.
Okay.
I get bored easy, innit? I spend a year doing it one way, and then another year.
And then switch it up, just go back and forth. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Everyone has to have their own system at the end of the day when it comes to producing and making anything creative.
That's it.
So, in particular, with Enjoy Yourself, obviously there's no keys. There's a guitar. So, was that you that was playing the guitar on that one?
No, that was just chopped in it.
Okay, so on the live performance, you ended up learning.
I had to learn them chords.
Okay.
I'm not the greatest guitar player anyway, man. So like, if you actually heard the recording from the as much as I could play it because it's two chords really. So I could play it, but if you actually heard the footage before you know the unedited footage, you'll hear some bum. I'll keep it a buck with you, mate.
Be like that, man.
Neighbor upstairs while I'm filming. It's like, yo.
Yeah.
But I could play it. I'm gonna get it tight for any performances and whatnot, innit?
Okay, of course. Yeah. So with other guitar melodies that you've had before, do you usually punch them into the door, and then if you ever needed to do them live, you just learn the chords afterwards?
Yeah. Just like anything is just have it. I don't want to limit the production process in it. So I just do whatever, and then I just learn it afterwards.
Of course. Yeah. So with that being said, because obviously this is a track that you've dropped vocals on yourself.
Right.
I wanted to ask the question because obviously you're in both lanes. You've had placements, and you're doing your own thing as well. If I was to ask you, what do you enjoy more? you dropping the vocals yourself or sending off to someone else and going about it that way?
It's a funny one,
Yeah.
you know. Again,
Yeah.
so from 2015, I
Yeah,
set up my production company, SSK Music.
Okay,
And,
okay.
like, I went all in on that, so
Yeah.
I put everything as an artist. My
Mhm.
artist name was So Special K.
Okay, yeah.
So like, you know, but I put that on hold. And
Yeah.
I said I'm only doing beats for other people
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now,
yeah,
or
yeah.
just like as
Yeah,
a
yeah.
business, setting that up.
Yep.
So I didn't do. I would write songs for myself, record little ones. They just be on the hard drive and whatnot.
Yeah.
But you see, when the pandemic happened now,
Mhm.
it was like, yo, this is the time. This is the sign that I really
Yeah.
need to push this stuff that I got,
Yeah.
all this. So I just said, all right, I'm gonna do the opposite now. I'm
Yeah.
cutting off,
Yeah.
just like in the beginning. So
Yeah,
in the beginning, you know, like
Yeah.
people been asking for beats, and I just
Yeah.
I'll still throw some out
Of
just
course,
because you know what I'm saying. But
yeah.
I just been like, whenever I hear a hot beat, I'm
Yeah.
kind of probably gonna jump on it first now.
Okay.
Just 'cause it's like-
Yeah.
It's me being
Yeah.
selfish. Like I have to really like.
Yeah.
You have to be all in it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
with Enjoy right now, I'm in that mode, and I'm itching to get back in producer mode.
Okay.
You know
Like,
what?
I really want to send stuff back out and all of that.
Yeah.
But I just know what it takes.
Yeah.
How much hard you have to push as an artist.
Yeah.
So a lot
yeah.
of pushing, man.
Trust me.
Do you know what?
trust
I want to ask a question. As somebody who makes beats
Mm.
or is looking for beats, but specifically making beats, right?
Mhm.
If you make a hot beat, do you feel like you have to keep it, or if let's say for some reason I come along and I have like 1 million followers and I'm like, bro, I want this beat.
Mm.
What would it take for you to give away that beat? First question.
Yeah.
And personally, for somebody who makes music, like, how does it feel if you feel like you have to lose that, or would you just keep the beat for yourself?
I feel you, man, because a lot of the time, naturally, your beats are like your babies, innit? So it's like, you know,
Of
always
course.
you want them in good hands.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But for me,
Yeah.
like I learned, I had to just force myself to not hoard beats, innit? Like obviously I do the YouTube thing, so naturally there's a lot of fire beats I make, and I just had to just like throw them straight out. I'm thinking, because YouTube versus placements is a whole nother thing. It's like I could send this directly to artists that I got the link for now, that are on labels, or I could just put on the YouTube.
Yeah.
And then the placements, and you could be waiting, whereas the YouTube, someone could come up on that beat, or you know what I'm saying?
Just
it
a
will
quick
just get
$30
used.
lease and that.
You know what I'm saying? It's business, good change, you know what I'm saying? Like, facts. So it's like either or. But you know, if that was the situation, I'll probably send it. If I wanted to use the beat, see, this is the thing, like I just always know when it's a meeting, because I'll be making the beat and I've got melodies. And then it's the moment I get words or concept, it's about
or flow in your head, just circling around.
But once that words and concept comes, so I'll probably just send it to them. And I might keep my stuff on the back burner, just like recording my bit, just in case they don't use it, innit?
Yeah.
And then if they don't, then I just like might run with it. But it just depends on who the artist is, like what they, you know, how serious they are about using it. Some people just ask for my favorite beats, you know, and then they just don't use it. But like, you know, again, you can't hold the beats in it.
Of course, yeah, man.
There's always more that come from, man. If you gotta put that sauce in you, that sauce is gonna be still there. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing with just anything creative in general. Like, you just can't hold on to them and like keep. Especially another problem that I hear other creatives have is obviously they'll start something, but they would never finish it. Not because they've procrastinated, but because they'll always go back to it and say, nah, let me change this, let me change that, let me add this, let me take away this, so on and so forth. So yeah, definitely is important just to know when to know, just throw it out there. But obviously now we've gone to the topic of placements now. I wanted to find out how did the first placement come about for you? Yeah, because obviously I'm a producer myself. Obviously no placements, but I work with my friends and that. Shouts to Firahs opposite and that. And obviously I'm pretty sure on the live and the replay we'll have other producers listening as well. So like I really wanted to dig into what was your path to getting the placements.
You know, bro. You know, they say either happy accidents, coincidence, or you know, it's just God's grace in it. It's just like that. Like, yo, certain things are just blessings in it.
Yeah.
Like mine was and this is another thing, sometimes I just say like, yo, YouTube has been a bigger A&R than some of these A&Rs. Man.
Oh.
No, not like no disrespect, but like literally. So like every every placement I've had so far, like nearly all of them, I've been through the artist themselves finding my beat on YouTube.
Okay,
so you forget sometimes like these artists are typing in their name type beat. You feel what I'm saying? So like, but before that, my
Major
first
key
one.
alert right
This is
there.
what I'm saying. My first one though is was the Be Young one. I think he was still kind of just on that hard grind. He had dropped a few songs before London Boy and all that, where it was like the other stuff. But I think when he went into the Afro swing sound. I remember one of my friends, a.k.a. Harley, actually. She was like to me like, "Hey, you need to drop a free beat on your YouTube." She's like a genius anyway. But you know, but she's like, "Yo, you need to drop a free beat on your on your YouTube." I was like, "For free?
For free? What?
Straight?" And I was like, alright. So I made the project. I made 3 beats that day or something like that. And my last one, I was like, alright, let me make a quick beat before I go post office real quick. Can you know it's a 5-minute beat?
Yep.
And this is why I say it goes great. I was like, I wasn't gonna make the beat. Made it in 5 minutes. I was like, I literally called the title, the project, Free Beat.
Oh yeah.
I was like, let me throw this up. I threw that up. It was called African Dream, and like that's probably one of my most least and used beats to this day. People still hitting me up for the beat, and that's the beat that the Bin Wavy instrument.
Bin Wavy,
You know what I'm saying? So I put it up,
and then right there.
and one of my quick insight, one of my visions, I wanted to bring back what they do in dancehall, where they have versions. Cause not a lot of producers
for
have
rhythms,
that.
just bare different versions of a rhythm. Yeah.
So that my goal that year, I was like, yo, no one's doing that. Like they even used to do it in grime. I'm like, let me try that. So I threw that up. So bare again, like go ahead, you man, Carl. Like bare artists jumped on that beat, and then one day I get email from this guy called Be Young, and it's just like a verse and a chorus in it. I heard that. Trying to get your way, man. I hit him back like, yo, bro, this is hard. And then a couple months down, I'm like, yo, what's wrong? What's happening with that song? I need to get the rest of it. and then I go away for a bit. I'm in America, just like visiting family and stuff. And then I'm just seeing my mentions popping
off.
And then I see the video and it's doing numbers, and I had 2 other songs out at the same time. I had one with Mogs that got picked up through YouTube. I had one with the Ambush and SP Monteith one extra. That they were all out at the same time. So people were hitting me up like, yo, freaking industry people hitting me like, yo, you got a nice moment there, man. I had to quickly fly back.
Jeez.
I was like, but I was gassed, man. I was like, like thank God, didn't it? I almost didn't put that beat up. But you have to take that leap of faith sometimes. Put your stuff out there, man.
Okay, major key right
I want to ask a question as well, obviously from somebody who do make artist type beats, right? And there's gonna be a lot of producers listening to this. I want to understand, when do you know which artist you're gonna make a type beat for? Because I feel like there's a lot of producers who make beats, and personally for me, somebody who does music, I can't lie, when I was googling this YouTube thing, I might put in, I don't know, Rick Ross type beat. I hear a beat, I'll be like, nah,
Rick Ross on jump for that.
Yeah, it's not Rick Ross. So obviously somebody who makes beats, and who obviously, luckily for you, you have a lot of friends in the industry where if it's the a.k.a. Harley or Centra C, you have a little bit more of an experience or an understanding of the type of beat you're making for those type of artists, right? How do you know when it is that particular person's beat? Like, what makes you sit there and go, I'm gonna put in a.k.a. Harley type beat for that one?
Boy, do you know what? First thing I'll just say, a good beat is a good beat. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the first part of it. Obviously, things have got a lot more oversaturated now, so you're gonna hear a lot of people just like throwing stuff in on the tags. You might
a lot of people doing type beats.
Yeah, for real.
Like, but for example, though, the Bin Wavy beat was a J Hus type beat. You know what I'm saying? But it was still a good beat. So whether or not, like, I thought J Hus could jump on that beat, basically, innit? Like, but it was still a good beat regardless, and it still fit that Afro swing kind of scene that he was like king of, you know what I'm saying? So it was you gotta just kind of really just it's all, what's the algorithm and search engine in it. So if you're the more accurate you are to that artist, then the more people are actually gonna use it.
Very true.
But again, that's subjective, innit?
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta I don't know, a good beat is a good beat. I would say the best thing you can do is just try and find a new artist in it, or someone that's like kind of.
That's what I've noticed some people do.
Yeah, and just find a niche artist, and just really come make that type beat if your beats are similar to that kind of style.
For sure.
But it takes a lot of listening, innit? You gotta really think, I can make more than, don't even try and change your beats to suit the artist, man. Like find niche artists that have a little following that sound like your beats, innit?
Yeah.
So would you say then that your priority when it comes to these type beats isn't necessarily the artist, it's what the sound is, and then would you say you just add an artist name to that beat? Because for me specifically, the reason why I came up with this question was because I'm an artist and I make music, and you know, I quickly started realizing that I got really tired of searching for type beats on the phone. I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I genuinely got tired, and I felt
I've been in them sessions, man.
well, Joe knows, like, we've done it before, and I've been like to Joe, like, bro, I bet you just make me a beat.
Shout to TD as well for that
Joe
one.
knows. And for me, it's like, as an artist, and I feel like this is why this conversation is very important, because you're a producer. When would you say that I should stop searching for a type beat? Because it's like, as an artist, everybody wants to find a correct beat, right? And everybody has a sound. But when does searching for a sound become essentially copying? Like, if I want an a.k.a. Harley type beat and I make a tune, like, let's say, because obviously you listen to me, we all listen to music, right? You might have a song that a.k.a. Harley has done. So you're searching for that particular sound, that particular beat.
True,
When does it become copying? When you're looking for a sound that you're really into from another artist.
Man, this online type beat game is so crazy right now, just because of the whole. And it's literally that. It's the algorithm, because then it will either push the same producers to the top, and those beats will always have sold next to them or something like that. The ones
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it'll be like
a lot of them,
and it will just like it will just come up with a bunch of random stuff that has nothing to do with it. From the producer side of it, you want to still get traffic in it. So it's like sometimes you still might want to put the best person in that genre. I would say still, as an artist, still try and maybe look at actually who produced the actual artist's songs and whatever, and then just see if they have a YouTube, because it's surprising so many actual producers have YouTube, innit?
True.
So surprised that you know, there's that guy Ransom Beats, he does a lot of the Afro beats right now. And then he's hard, but he's actually doing a lot of mainstream stuff. But if you have go on his YouTube, he still puts beats, releases out and stuff like that. Same with me. I switched it up like last year. Last time I started doing something, so I'm gonna get, I don't mind giving out the source all the
Come
time.
on,
listen.
listen,
major too much though.
Come on, giving major keys, bro. Come on.
But I started just doing direct to consumer, innit?
Okay, so locking in the studio.
No, not even like that. Like if you like my beats, I'm just sending them straight. I'm either texting them to you or straight to your email. But I started doing care packages, which was like, instead of, I'll just put out like a capsule of just beats of a style. So you can just like run through them.
Just like how people do the sample packs and that.
You know what I'm saying?
So you know the producer thing. Come on.
Just so it's like, rather than just like, because you might miss one of my beats that you like.
Yeah, of course.
You might miss a beat. You might miss some stuff in it. So just kind of just try. I'd say more search for the producers rather than search for the type beat.
Okay,
because there's gonna be more type beats. But once you find a good producer, you can be sure of their source. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You know, another question. Jay, you got a question or you're?
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Because I know it's
an open discussion, man.
Listen, I got so many questions. When it comes to working with artists like a Central C, a.k.a. Harley, how does that come about for producers?
Man,
is it generally done by them finding your beats, or are you sending your beats to like their managers, or how does that come about?
This was like literally most of the people I've worked with has been in the early stages and the come up. Like I only worked with Central like early when he was still doing Afro swing. So, you know what I'm saying? So,
to be fair, I tried to listen to the song early on Spotify, but it's still there on the list, but it's blacked out in it. I can't obviously.
I think they're rebranded, innit?
Yeah, them ones,
I get how it works. I was trying to find a video the other day. The video was
even the video's gone. All gone.
Yeah, it's part of it, man. I get it completely.
Of course.
What do you call it? A lot of it is on the common. Like Alakai, like I was gonna say found, not found, but I got introduced to her
Okay.
But actually by another producer, but he
Ah.
was still kind of come Nige. He's a sick producer, man.
Okay,
He produced
okay,
music
okay.
producer section where he did a lot of AJ Tracy stuff and all of that.
Yeah.
But
Still active?
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
cool,
there,
cool.
man. He's there, but
Yeah.
he's like cool in the cut.
Yeah.
You know, but I think around 2015, that year when I went all in on being a producer, he was like, yo, bro, I met this girl that she does R&B, and this was so sick of him because he knows that weren't his style, but he thought of me because he knows.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
So again, it's not who you know, it's who knows you. So he know I was trying to do R&B and soulful stuff at the time. So he hit me up like, yo, let me. So he just we set up a studio session, and that's literally how I met Alaka. Like we kicked it, and like we were just like Batty and Bench, man. She was like so crazy, I was crazy. I was like, yeah, man. And we've been
just
like
works like that, man.
This ever since. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, fingers crossed, man.
Yeah.
But so then it was just like working relationships, and just working people on the come up, and you know,
building together.
Yeah, building together. That's always the best way, man. Build a talented people network. What's the word? Horizontally. Yeah. Network out rather than trying to network up.
Yeah, definitely, horizontal, yeah.
No, I personally for me, I want to say like, what I rate most about you is like the fact that you're willing to do both sides. I feel like it's so difficult for an artist to want to give away beats, or for an artist to, want to really say, you sound better on this than I do. So like, that's one of the biggest things that I do rate, because listen, I've been talking to so many artists since I was like 16. And I've never met an artist that's producing and doing music and answers their question based on the actual artist.
Yeah.
Like, they'll be like, oh yeah, if I don't like the beat, I'll sell it. Like, that's what I normally hear. So just hearing you saying that, personally and first and foremost, I respect that and I rate that.
Bless, bro.
There's not many people that are willing to accept that they might not be the right person for the hottest beat that they'll ever make in their career. People don't really admit that. So I do rate that first and foremost. But obviously, before we go, and obviously, I don't know how much we got left?
Just over 3 minutes.
Over 3 minutes. Last question from me then would be, as somebody who is an artist and somebody who is willing to produce beats and make their own music, would it ever bother you if somebody else does better on a beat that you make than a song that you love the most that you created?
How do you mean, like if someone used one of my beats?
Yeah. So let's say Joe buys your beat and he becomes #1, but then you make a song on a beat, on your own beat that you believe is the best beat you've ever made, but it doesn't even reach the charts. Would that ever bother you?
But I made the beat that Joe's on.
Yeah. So you made both beats?
No, I wouldn't, because we're both #1 at that point.
That's
our #1, bro. Our #1.
Love that.
Like, for real, like, you know, because that's how my whole mindset is. Even to ask you to go into what you're saying before, like, it's bigger than me. It's bigger than the artist. It's about the music and the song. So whether it's just the beat I'm providing, and it's, you know, that beat is my baby. So I'd rather see my baby go to college than me just take them to school. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you're gonna take it to that next level, like, you know, you just gotta let go, and you're still part of it. As long as the SSK tag is still on that.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know
oh my
as long as
gosh,
I still hear the SSK.
Come on,
If not, then it's problems.
Nah, obviously, big shout to SSK.
Come on.
Joe. And
But yeah, once again, thanks so much for coming down to the studio today. Obviously, we had a great conversation. Obviously, we still have to have a lot more conversations about this producer game. And obviously, like you said, you're playing basketball after secondary as well. So obviously, that's another parallel with us as well. So you got to talk about that. But once again, thank you very much for coming down. Are there any events that you're going to? Any announcements that you want to make? Any new projects that you're working on? Let them know, man.
No, well, I won't say too much about the stuff later on, but I've got like a follow-up single coming soon. It's called Feeling Alive. We just wrapped the video for that. And if you've been paying attention to my IG, I've been doing little TikToks using the music, you know, on my TikTok's SSK music.
Yeah, I'm seeing the TikTok game
still.
still.
So that shows like my playful side. But yeah, so Feeling Alive is coming soon. Stay locked in for that. But for now, just keep enjoying yourself, you know.
Okay,
See what
there
I
we
did
go.
there?
See what you did there. But it's been the street sessions, myself, MK on the ones and twos, SSK in the building, Firahs also.
Yeah.
Firahs, what are your last words before we wrap it up and then obviously give the show to Dizzy and that?
Listen.
Yeah.
This has been the street sessions with your boy Firahs and MK.
Mm-hmm.
We are the streets.
Yep.
We're for the streets.
Yep.
SSK is for the beats.
Yep.
And Dizzy is for the Energy Tuesday. So let's go.
Cheers! Energy Tuesday is vital. Stay tuned.
Been tuned into the streets session with your boy Firahs and
Joe MK.
why is this the name of our show, bro?
Because we're the hottest in the streets.
Catch us online, on the go, and on the FM.
Okay, let's go.